We're standing right at the edge of a completely new era. And this one isn't going to be defined by what we lack, but by the incredible potential for abundance. The engine behind all of it? Artificial intelligence. So today, we're going to try and decode this whole revolution.
So let's just jump right into the single biggest question of our time. Think about it. For all of human history, really high-level intelligence has been incredibly rare, right? It's just been us. But what happens when we can literally create it, scale it up, and make it as common and as easy to access as electricity?
And look, this is not science fiction anymore. What you're seeing here, this is a future that people are actively building right now. It's a world where an AI core source just flows like data, powering everything in every part of our lives. It's a really optimistic and, frankly, a very powerful vision of what could be possible.
Okay, so let's start there, with the promise. How could this abundance of intelligence actually rewrite the rules for everything we know, from healthcare and education to our entire economy?
Well, take healthcare. We're not talking about small little improvements here. We're talking about AI that can predict diseases before you even have symptoms. Surgical bots that have superhuman precision. Medicine that's tailored not just to what's wrong with you, but to your specific genetic code. This is a massive shift, from being reactive to being truly proactive about our health.
And what about education? The whole one-size-fits-all classroom model could just become a thing of the past. Just imagine an AI tutor for every single kid on the planet, one that adapts in real time to exactly how they learn best, or an AI mentor that helps you learn a brand new, complex skill in a tiny fraction of the time. It's all about unlocking human potential on a scale we've never seen before.
Economically, the impact could get just as huge. AI could totally optimize supply chains to get rid of waste. It could automate the really dangerous or boring jobs to free us up for more creative work. And at the end of the day, it could enhance living standards for everyone, just through massive gains in efficiency and productivity.
But, and this is a huge but, getting from where we are now to that incredible future is not going to be a straight line. The promise is absolutely dazzling, but the path to get there is, well, it's full of obstacles.
So, if we actually want to move forward, we have to get real about the bottlenecks. What are the massive systemic problems that could slow this whole acceleration engine down, or, even worse, steer it in a really dangerous direction?
And to get a handle on these challenges, we don't even have to guess. This dashboard here, it gives us a snapshot of the AI news landscape as it is today. And as you can see, it is messy. It's complicated. It's a far cry from that perfect utopian vision. For instance, look up here on the top left under Infrastructure. You see headlines about data demands and huge energy crunches. Then over here under Safety, we see all these warnings about misinformation and flawed AI. Let's break a couple of these down.
So on one hand, you see these headlines calling data centers the new nervous system for our entire civilization. But this slide connects that big dream to a really serious bottleneck, a critical and frankly, a mind-boggling demand for energy. AI is so power-hungry and our current infrastructure is already starting to buckle under the strain.
Then you've got the other side of the coin. We see headlines about fake news, all sorts of safety flaws, and even something as bizarre as an AI toy bear saying inappropriate things to children. It's a perfect example of the second huge bottleneck, the desperate need for safety, for ethics, and for some kind of regulation. The tech is just moving way faster than our ability to govern it.
And hanging over all of this is a third major bottleneck: intense corporate power plays. As you can see in this diagram, the development of this world-changing technology is pretty much dominated by just a handful of massive corporations, and they are locked in this fierce race for market dominance. And that competition shapes everything, from what gets researched to the safety features that do or don't get put in place.
So, with all these enormous challenges, how do we possibly move forward? Well, the answer lies in really understanding the engines of AI evolution themselves, the very mechanisms that are designed to bust through these hurdles and keep that acceleration going.
So how does AI actually get smarter? Well, there are a few key ways this happens. First, there's recursive self-improvement. This is kind of the holy grail for a lot of researchers, where an AI is so smart it can actually design its own, even smarter successor. Then you've got evolutionary algorithms, where different AIs are put through a sort of digital survival of the fittest to create the next, better version. And most importantly, it's about building deep knowledge.
Yeah, that idea of deep knowledge is so important. This is a great way to visualize it. See, the goal isn't just for an AI to memorize a bunch of facts off the internet. That's just the roots of the tree, the basic stuff. The real goal is for it to put principles together, to develop expert intuition, and eventually to actually achieve real mastery and innovate. It's the difference between just knowing a thing and truly understanding it.
Now, when you start combining these powerful engines of evolution, the line between science fiction and reality starts to get very blurry, very fast. So where is all this acceleration actually taking us?
One of the most mind-bending frontiers is the direct brain-computer interface, or BCI. We're talking about a seamless link between the human mind and our tech. I mean, imagine controlling your devices just by thinking. No keyboard, no swiping. This was pure science fiction just a few years ago, and now it's a field of incredibly intense research.
Or how about this? Medical nanobots. We're talking about microscopic little robots that could travel through your bloodstream to hunt down cancer cells, or repair damaged tissue, or deliver medicine with perfect pinpoint accuracy. This is yet another idea that's leaping straight out of a sci-fi novel and into the research lab.
But what's so critical to get is that these amazing technologies aren't just happening on their own, in a vacuum. As you can see here, they're all part of this huge interconnected web of innovation. Brain-computer interfaces over here are connected to biotech and neurotech. Progress in quantum computing speeds up the AI models. It is all feeding into and accelerating everything else.
And that brings us right back to our final question. The promise of AI abundance is immense. The challenges are formidable. The pace of change is accelerating like nothing we've ever seen before. The technology, it's getting ready for us. The only question left is, are we ready for it?